A car crash caused a lady driver to get pierced by a steel pipe, but she didn't care about her pain at all. She only worried her husband would be mad at her for breaking his favorite car, and her kid wouldn't get the ice cream. After saying that, she took her last breath. When the police cleaned up her things, they found out she had signed a paper to donate her organs. She really was someone who helped others. Even after she was gone, the woman was rushed to the hospital. All the doctors and nurses saluted her. Then, she was taken into the operating room. One by one, her organs were passed on to people who needed them. At the same time, a dad pushed his little girl into the hospital. The girl had a sick heart, but now, she could have a new heart from that kind woman. But then, something went wrong. The hospital lights flickered. All the alarms started ringing. A man came forward. He told the police, "Give that heart to my wife. If not, I'll use my hacking skills to shut down the whole hospital system. And then, everyone who needs machines to live will die too." The police tried talking to him, but he wouldn't listen. So, they went to talk to his wife instead. They found out she only had 1 month left to live. This heart was her one and only chance. If she missed it, she would never see her husband again. She cried.
"I don't want to die."
The hospital tech team tried hard to take back control, but the hacker was too smart. The hospital computers shut down. The power went out. Without the machines, many very sick people passed away. The hospital director had no choice. She agreed to give the heart to the hacker's wife. But on the way to the surgery room, a man suddenly ran up, trying to smash the hospital bed. It was the dad of the little girl. When he was arrested, he cried,
"If she dies, my daughter doesn't."
The dad begged, so the little girl made a video call with the lady in the surgery room. But the girl didn't beg her as her father says. She told the lady, "I understand you're scared to die. I feel the same way. So even if you take the heart that was meant for me, I forgive you. I hope you can live well with this heart." The lady heard this, and tears fell down her face. She wanted to live, because she and her husband never had a baby. But if her life came from taking someone else's child's life, how could she ever be a mom? Her husband didn't want to, but in the end, he respected her choice. The hospital power came back, and the surgery went on like it was supposed to. Do you love your family? The rookie arrives to handle a domestic violence case. He sees a huge guy's and his petite wife. He immediately feels something is wrong, thinking the wife might not dare to tell the truth in front of her husband. They separate the two for questioning. However, the woman still says she was the one who provoked her husband. The man's statement matches his wife's.
She's the one who throws down. That girl's got a crazy temper.
The rookie doesn't believe it at all, but they have no choice but to leave for now.
What do you think?
That we'll be back.
Sure enough, during lunch, they receive another call and rush over. They enter with their guns drawn. What they see shocks them. The petite wife is riding on her husband's shoulders, while the man stumbles around, trying to shake her off. The rookie pulls her down, but she turns around and swings a knife at him. He throws her off. The female officer quickly restrains her. At this moment, the husband is seriously injured. Even though the rookie pressed down on the wound, the man still stops breathing, looking at the tragedy before him. The rookie falls into deep guilt. In order to print his thoughts, the officer sticks his head into a copy machine. This morning, a man gets pulled over by 2 officers for texting while driving. When he checks the center console, the powder inside sprays in his face. After they return to the station, he suddenly starts acting weird. When they find the powder on his uniform, they finally realizes what's going on.
Oh my gosh. I'm high.
They head to the hospital for a blood test.
And don't talk to anyone. You can talk to me.
Copy that.
The driver they arrested is in possession of a specific powder. It stays in the body forever, meaning the officer's career would be completely over. But since the test results aren't out yet, they can't confirm what it is. His TO still tells the doctor to keep quiet, but the next second, he starts talking to another officer.
Imagine being able to stop crime before it happens.
She quickly pulls him away and locks him in the copy room. He notices the copy machine nearby.
What if the copier could copy your thoughts?
He lifts the lid, sticks his head inside, and starts copying. By the time the day is almost over, the doctor finally brings good news.
It was horse vitamins and caffeine. An allergic reaction can mimic some of those symptoms.
He's finally relieved. It was quite a day. A bank gets robbed. By the time the patrol officers arrive, the robber just walks right out. He's completely naked, except for 2 money bags hanging on him. The female officer looks stunned. The male officer orders him to stay put.
You can see me?
Yes, too much of you.
The wizard said this bracelet would make me invisible.
The robber finally figures it out. They must not be able to see him. It's the bags giving him away. So, if he just takes them off.
No, wait, it's not.
Sir?
Keep them up. There it is. Well, on the bright side, we can tell he's not concealing any weapons.
Officer is back on patrol. He spots a strange man digging a hole in the park. He asks what he's doing. The man doesn't answer. Then officer notices a piece of paper on the ground. It's a treasure hunt poem, since no real damage has been done. She says they won't press charges, as long as the guy fills the hole back in. Besides, he's digging in the wrong spot. The poem says angle, but the sign says angel.
Man, I've been digging all day. Does that count as
Real damage? Yeah, I'm afraid it does.
Looks like not only did he fail to find treasure, but now he has to pay a fine too. The scoreboard suddenly fell, but the kids were still swimming in the pool. The lifeguard outside got electrocuted and fell down. But luckily the wires hadn't fallen into the pool yet. The children in the water were temporarily safe. But just as the firefighters were getting the kids to swim over, a boy swam towards the wires. The firefighters had no choice but to jump into the pool to rescue him. But just as they were pulling the unconscious lifeguard out, the wires suddenly swung. The firefighters finally caught up with the boy and safely brought him back to land. However, the firefighter couldn't get out because his clothes were too heavy. The wires were about to fall into the water. With all his strength, the firefighter finally lifted his legs out of the water before the wires fell in. Here's a question. Does water conduct electricity or N? A woman is curled up inside a washing machine lifelessly, tumbling with the drum. The police arrive at the scene immediately. The victim's name is Sarah, a nanny from the 12th floor. They check the scene and realize Sarah's phone is gone. A colleague pulls up elevator footage, and they notice something strange. Sarah took 32 seconds to go downstairs the first time. The second time, she took 37 seconds.
Why would it take her longer to travel the same distance?
The police run a test and find that 37 seconds is just enough time to reach the 15th floor. On that floor, the only person connected to Sarah is her friend Chloe, who works as a nanny there. At the time of Sarah's murder, the man of the house was home. The police secretly call Sarah's phone, and a ringtone plays from the man's bedroom. At the station, he confesses everything. He was having an affair with Sarah, but he insists he didn't kill her. He says after they had sex, Sarah left. Soon after, Chloe came home with the child. There's no solid evidence, so the police have to let him go. Later, they try to get Chloe's statement, but her friend says Chloe went to the man's apartment that night. A detective notices a photo on the table. It's the man with Chloe, but the wife's face has been deliberately cut out. Chloe wanted to take her place. The police hurry to the 15th floor, but they are too late. The man is already lying in a pool of blood. At this time,
There's a girl in the laundry room and she's got a knife.
Please just go away.
Chloe finally confesses.
I'm pregnant.
She loved the man, but he was sleeping with Sarah. That night, she lost control and killed her. Panicked, she stuffed her into the washing machine. Now she will spend the rest of her life behind bars.